Warning! We're going to be discussing Bunny Day at some point in this video, so do me a favor and please don't puke. If the mere mention of eggs is repulsive to your system, grab a barf bag now. I'm giving you an advance notice. I know that Zipper brings back a lot of bad memories for many of us Animal Crossing fans, but you've been warned. Events have got to be one of the best parts of Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I'd say at this point we've had some really good events and some really not so good events. So today we're talking all about how to make events better in ACNH. What's going on, guys and girls? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you're all doing amazing. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, what the heck are you doing? Judy's gonna push you in the river. Make sure to smash that like button if you guys enjoy the video, and let me know in the comments down below what you would do to make events better. What do you think they need more of or less of in some circumstances? We're gonna jump straight into it. We're currently experiencing the International Museum Day event, and I think it's safe to say it's a bit disappointing. It is repetitive as you complete the same tasks over and over for the exact same prize. So come on, Animal Crossing. In future events, we need different things to do and different things to collect each day, especially if you're gonna stretch an event across multiple days or even a week. Which, look, I'm all for. I love giving the flexibility for players to experience the event when they see fit, and maybe even multiple times. But it's not good enough to just move the stamp rally locations around the museum and give us the same darn bug plaque over and over again. Even the Nature Day event spread different challenges across the time period, and that makes it so much more rewarding to play. If you know you're gonna get something different, if you know there's a slight tweak to the formula, you're gonna come back, and future events really need to hit that hard. But of course, there's a balance to everything, and we don't want them to overwhelm us like Bunny Day, and at the same time, we don't want them to underwhelm us like International Museum Day. Find the balance where you're providing a lot of variety and a lot of fun, but not where we're pulling eggs out of our ears and finding eggs in our hair and digging eggs up and fishing for eggs, and it's overwhelming. There needs to be enough to do, but future events don't go overboard. There was a really sickening feeling to seeing so many eggs and Zipper hopping and saying the same phrases over and over. So maybe they erred on the side of caution with Blathers and International Museum Day just being like, hey, do it once, that's enough. But come on, we can find a healthy balance. Next up is make us work for it. There's a certain satisfaction to merit-based events where you have to put in some effort to receive your reward. I think the Stamp Rally is the best example of, hey, it just happens. You show up, you stamp it, and you get your prize. I think May Day and Rover was a much better example of having to work for something cool. And as much as people really loathe the process behind Bunny Day, you did have to put the time in to see the product. And I kind of really like that. I enjoy having to put the pedal to the metal and utilize my in-game skills, or at least my in-game time, to make it more worthwhile than just moving, showing up, and saying, thanks, Blathers. Now, there is an area where Mayday fell mightily short, and that's in replayability. Animal Crossing, no matter how short or small your event is, there should be some option to enjoy it more than once. It was a huge bummer when once I was done with the Mayday maze that I found so awesome, I couldn't experience it again. Now, it might be asking for too much, but replayability also could mean a little bit of variety as well. Imagine if Rover's Maze reworked itself each time you return. That would have been oh so awesome. But at the very least, if you're gonna have a small event, let us do it as many times as we want. You could say that the Stamp Rally is trying to put that into practice, and so I do applaud them there. You can do it again and again. It's just not that fun. This one is huge. New characters and NPCs are one of the most satisfying ways to cap an event in Animal Crossing. When Leaf arrived alongside Nature Day, that was so awesome because he forever changes the game, and he forever changes your schedule, your experience, and even your island. And for all the hate that Zipper gets, he at least was a new NPC that came to play and stay during Bunny Day. So I would encourage the fine folks at Nintendo to find ways to bring some of our favorites back to the game for these events. The ones that house new characters and NPCs are my personal favorites, and I bet they're a lot of your favorites too. Even Red showing up for an update, while not an event, so freaking awesome. So give us Cap'n and give us Luna and bring back a bunch more of our favorite Animal Crossing NPCs. Please. Now at this point in the video, you might be saying, Zach, not every holiday or event can be so darn big. I mean, they probably can't even come up with a massive plan for every holiday that dots the calendar. And that is okay, because I do appreciate Animal Crossing. You showing love to smaller days as well. The mug on Mother's Day, that's perfect. We don't need some bombastic big occurrence for each event. I love that they are including smaller events and still doing something. A limited item or a special DIY, even a conversation or a new character that shows up for a small second. It's a super cool way to enhance the experience and make it feel like a living, breathing world. So just know, I do appreciate the little things as well. Whew, this is a big one. Do not take away from the traditional gameplay with your event. Do not ruin our fishing, our bug catching, our island decorating, our normal daily tasks with your event. It's fine to go big. It's fine to add variety. It's fine to even be really bold. But I cannot have you interfering with the fishies and buggies I'm trying to bring to Blathers. So one idea I've had for a while now is exclusive event tools. If you're gonna do something similar to Bunny Day and you really wanna litter the land with some cool collectibles or annoying collectibles, then give us event tools that are specifically used for that purpose. Like a Bunny Day fishing rod that only could collect eggs would have been a great way to solve so many players' frustration. Or a slingshot that specifically shot down egg presents would be neat. If there was a way to help distinguish our normal everyday routine from the event inclusions, that would go a long way to making these big world-changing events a lot more palatable for any kind of player. And I really hope that Animal Crossing does bring more events of that caliber. One thing I really want to see are world changes. I think it's pretty nifty when the game is now made new. The ground contains eggs. I know it was overboard, I know it wasn't fun by the end, but the concept, the spirit, is really stellar. And I hope for some of the bigger holidays that dot the rest of the year, they will deliver another event of that scale and scope, because we'd hate to see them just do one-offs over and over again. We want to make sure that they do world-changing events. I mean, one of the coolest parts about events in Animal Crossing is the fact that they can't be experienced by time traveling. And you show up and you see that, hey, the game is really different. And nobody who time traveled, nobody could see that. So I really also want to make sure, Animal Crossing, that you keep the events locked down. Keep hiding them behind the updates and the actual online connection. Because as much as time traveling can be helpful in certain situations, I love that nobody can go and spoil these big events for anybody else. I think that's one of the smartest, best improvements of ACNH over any of the previous games. Now, moving right along, Animal Crossing, I like event-specific item sets. You know, those items, those DIYs that can only be collected during an event, and I hope you keep those up. Because as much fun as Cherry Blossom and Young Bamboo stuff is to get, you can manipulate the clock and make it happen whenever you want. But something like Bunny Day can't be replicated, and I think there's a certain satisfaction in that. In fact, I think there's a huge satisfaction. Now, the items are a bit repetitive because everybody ended up having the same thing, and that's where all the past pointers have to come into play. You gotta make sure you find the balance between overwhelm and underwhelm. You gotta make sure that there's new stuff to do every day, but that you don't flood the players so they all collect it super fast. I think Nintendo can strike this balance in the future. And one thing I'd love to see is to make the DIY recipes or items a bit harder to find. One idea is to lock these recipes to certain days. Now that may sound a little bit nasty because if you miss Tuesday, then you miss Tuesday's recipe or item, but it would allow for more differentiation between players' collectibles, and it would encourage the hardcore to play each and every day without feeling like there were duplicates and making that play session more worthless. Now, I also think duplicates are something that I'd love to see reduced. It's a little bit annoying and it's a quality of life update, I guess, but with some way to deal with DIY recipes that we've already collected or put them in storage, something of the sort, please, that would be super helpful. But one thing I thought was maybe you could at least increase the variety of colors. So if I am gonna get Bunny Day items, there's different colors. If I am gonna get Christmas time items. There's different colors. I'd love to see a whole bunch of different Christmas trees per se with different colored lights, and that way the one that you collect could be different than the one I collect. Or if I'm determined to play until I have the full set, well, at least there's something fun to strive for. It's not going to just be duplicates and repetition and frustration. So I think there's a lot for AC to balance and learn from the events we've seen thus far. And we don't have a major event on the horizon at this point. I mean, the wedding celebrations will start on June 1st, but that looks to be like something that will affect Harvey's Island and maybe not much else. I'm really eager to see what Nintendo announces for the next few months of Animal Crossing. And I have to imagine they won't go too long without telling us. We know what's happening up till that wedding stuff at June, and we don't know more after. Now, Nintendo has said they're not going to be doing really any directs, so we're going to have to see this stuff on Twitter or individual videos that are uploaded randomly to YouTube. I'd look for one very soon, in fact, and I hope Nintendo and Animal Crossing will incorporate some of the stuff we're talking about here into their future plans. Events are one of the most fun parts of this game, something you and me look forward to so much, counting down the hours, cannot wait to play, and when they hit a home run, it's wonderful for the whole community. So let me know what you think Animal Crossing needs to do to make events better in the comments down below, and hit that like button if you enjoy this video and you enjoy Animal Crossing. Make sure to check out our Discord server, Switch Strong. There's a link in the description down below. It's a fantastic, fun, awesome place to talk about this sort of stuff, trade villagers, find missing DIY, and hang out with me. You can join up and become a member of SwitchForce if you'd like. That'll give you access to custom emoji, exclusive videos, and a wonderful community of hardcore Switch fans. But hey, either way, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your support so much. I hope you guys are staying safe and staying healthy out there. I've been loving making these videos for all of you, so I'm so glad that you're loving them too. Until next time, everybody, have a fantastic day. Thanks again. SwitchForce out.